Yata is a developing community with a bright future, and it's home to some pretty remarkable people.
I'd like to introduce you to Esther and Aldo. They're the caretakers and operators of the sawmill in this community, and they have big dreams.
Esther and Aldo live in this house with their 4 young children and without access to electricity. About 50 yards behind their home is the sawmill where they both work. The community actually owns the sawmill, everything from the machinery to the property it sits on, but without electricity, they can't operate it on their own.
So for now, the sawmill is being rented out to a third party who is able to operate it with a privately owned generator. Once the sawmill has access to electricity, Esther and Aldo's dream is for the mill to be 100% community owned and operated, with all profits distributed back to the community, co-op style. Gotta love it.
Next, meet Fanny. Fanny is a stay-at-home mom who cares for her husband, little girl, and 6-year-old son. They're fortunate enough to have electricity at their home, but it isn't reliable.
The power goes out for several hours each night, and it's often out for days at a time.
Fanny's husband supports the family by collecting Brazilian nuts, a job that takes him far from home for long periods of time. But when they have access to reliable electricity, Fanny has a plan to help with the family income. There's a playing field across from Fanny's house where people gather in the afternoons. She wants to open a little store to sell cold sodas, water, and ice cream.
She's a true mompreneur on a mission. More power to you, Miss Fanny.
Finally, I'd like to introduce you to Liliana. Liliana is a custodian at the local health center and a proud grandparent. She and her husband live in a house that doesn't have access to electricity yet, but they're already planning for that day. As soon as Liliana's husband heard about the electrification project, he started building a chicken coop in the backyard so they can start a chicken farm. With electricity, Liliana and her husband can operate the incubators needed to keep the eggs safe and warm.
And while you should never count your chickens before they're hatched, I'm betting they're going to be pretty great chicken farmers.
I hope you've enjoyed meeting some of the people of Yata. One thing's for sure, access to safe, reliable electricity means access to new opportunities and a brighter future.
A future where the people of Yata can grow and prosper like never before. And that's pretty cool.